Sup everybody, I'm Paul and welcome to Is It Watchable's Real Spiel, where we talk about movies, things that are related to movies, things that are indirectly related to movies, and things that are distantly related to movies. Like today, we're talking about people who watch movies, specifically those people who get overly defensive or downright mean when you don't like a movie that they absolutely love. We're calling this episode, Your Opinion Sucks. If I told you that everybody had different tastes and opinions, you'd be like, yeah, tell me something I don't know. We're all unique. That's what makes the world go round. United Colors of Benetton, blah, blah, blah. Problem is all too often when we feel very strongly about something, we forget all that agree to disagree crap and start hurling flaming wads of used toilet paper at the other side for being so stupid. We see it all the time in politics, especially lately. We're constantly accusing the other side of being brainwashed or uneducated or unpatriotic for not seeing things exactly how we do. Stir in social media and comment sections into the mix and things can get pretty nasty. And you'd think that something as inconsequential as movies would be immune to those crybaby attacks, but you know, welcome to the internet. Now, when somebody hates a movie that you love, it's usually pretty cool. But when somebody loves a movie that you hate, that's when the gloves come off and they start diagnosing your lack of taste with reasons like these. There are a lot of ways people try to justify you not liking a movie that they absolutely love. Number one being that you're just stupid, while others are variations of you being stupid, like the ever popular, you just didn't get it or you didn't understand. This argument is so weak and honestly kind of insulting, and it's usually not used to defend a movie that might actually be hard to get or understand. It's usually used in reference to like an Adam Sandler movie or a movie based on a comic book, and usually coming from someone where, let's face it, there's no way they're understanding something you don't. Sometimes people like to use this argument if a movie is based on an established work, like a play or series of books. So if you didn't see that play or read those books, that's why you didn't get the movie. The problem with that is there are tons of great movies out there that had huge followings and built-in audiences. The Marvel movies are a really good example. They did a nice job of bringing the uninitiated up to speed with their characters and storylines. But if I have to study or do any type of prep work to enjoy a movie, it's not that I didn't get it, it's that it was a shitty movie. Now, I understand that sometimes this argument might be legitimate. I mean, if you were to take your 95-year-old grandmother out to see Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet, for example, yeah, she might be a little lost. But mostly, this is just defending a movie that you like by accusing everyone else of being dumb. I can't think of many other situations where people will actually tell you you're wrong for expecting something not to suck. I mean, they would never tell you that if you got a bad haircut or a piece of moldy bread at a restaurant. And before you go saying that depends on where you get your haircut or where you eat, no, look, if you go to Fantastic Sam's, yeah, you expect a discount level haircut, but not for a chunk of your hair to be shaved off. And if you go to McDonald's, you expect a fast food quality meal, not toenail clippings in your hamburger. But when it comes to movies, people love to tell you that if you didn't like it, you were expecting too much. If you didn't like the latest Medea movie, they're all like, well, everything can't be The Godfather, or you can't expect Citizen Kane, and for some reason they're always using those two movies as examples. You hear this argument a lot with comedies and action movies, as if having a few laughs or a couple good car chases should be enough. Never mind the fact that there are actually good comedies and action movies out there. So the point is it shouldn't matter the genre or who's in a movie. There is nothing wrong with anybody expecting any movie to be a good movie. But if I'm being completely honest, I kind of envy people that can enjoy almost every movie they see. It's kind of like a superpower, or that movie Shallow Hal, but with movies instead of women. This one almost feels designed to make you feel guilty for not liking a movie. You could be a huge, lifelong DC Comics fan, but if you didn't like Batman vs. Superman, then obviously you weren't as big a fan as you thought you were. The problem with this argument is that being a big fan could cut both ways. I mean, you could be such a big Star Wars fan that you can't bring yourself to dislike anything Star Wars related, no matter how terrible it is.
It was amazing. It was everything I thought it was going to be and more.
On the flip side, you can be such a big Star Wars fan that anything that doesn't live up to the sacred standard that you've built up in your head is viewed as almost an insult to the canon. So you can hate the Phantom Menace because you can't stand the thought of that hot mess forever being part of the Star Wars universe, while those on the other side are accusing you of being a hater and not much of a fan at all. Super fans of the horror movie genre might be the best example of this. Now, I love horror movies, but unfortunately it seems that for every good one, there are like 20 that think that X amount of fake blood and jump scares is enough to call it a wrap, and for fans of the genre, that might be the case. And that's cool. I get that fans of a particular genre might watch those movies with a different critical eye than the rest of us, but to say somebody's not a horror fan because they didn't enjoy, say, Phantasm is unfair. It's not that they don't like horror movies, it's that they don't share your love of Phantasm. You hear this one a lot with movies aimed at kids and teenagers, but it could be anything, race, religion, whatever. Essentially, if you didn't like a particular movie, it's because it wasn't meant for you. You're too old, you're too young, you need to be black, you need to be white, you're not a female, blah, blah, blah. I recently reviewed Netflix's The Kissing Booth, and while yeah, the target audience for that is like 3 decades younger than me, it doesn't change the fact that it wasn't a good movie. It's not that I'm too old to enjoy teen movies, I totally enjoy some teen movies, just not that teen movie. Parents with younger kids might be the biggest offenders when it comes to this argument. From the Emoji Movie to the Angry Birds movie to Baby Geniuses, they sit in a theater and watch their kids all wide-eyed and giggling at poop jokes and talking animals and think, mission accomplished. And I get it, for them it probably is. Look, I'm a parent too, so a 90-minute mini vacation where you can put your feet up in a big comfy chair and pop some snow caps in a darkened room. But please, when it comes to garbage movies, stop being all like, aw, it was cute, it was good, it just wasn't meant for you, it's a kid's movie. Stop giving kids movies a pass. Kids movies can be awesome. Pixar has been churning out quality kids movies for like 2 decades, so it's moronic to accuse somebody of being too old for not liking Boss Baby when they're over here loving the Lego Batman movie. Point is, if you have to be a certain age or race or gender or sexual orientation to enjoy a movie, it's probably not a very good movie. Okay, now all that said, full disclosure, I have been guilty of almost every single one of those, and I'm sure many of you have too, and I am not suggesting that we don't debate movies. I love debating movies, it's fun. It's just that, look, and I know that this video isn't going to change a damn thing, but it would be nice if we would stop making excuses for why other people, gasp, have different opinions than we do. There are movies that I love that pretty much everybody else hates, and that's okay. I mean, I have no ownership or vested interest in those movies, so if people don't like them, whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, if given the chance, I will talk your ear off about why I love a particular movie, but there's no need for me to make accusations or invent reasons for why you didn't like it. That's stupid. Well, thanks for sitting through that. Be sure to check out my reviews, upcoming reel spiels, and as always, do me a solid. Subscribe.